How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting a fight. What's going on? What's going on, people? It's the day of another day that we call Monday. And it would have been said, what's going to be, hopefully everybody's doing anything as far as being safe as far as the weekend and stuff. Hopefully everybody's still among us and nothing is going wrong or to the left. Now, I don't know if you know about this story, but it's going across the internet as of now, as we speak. So I'm going to share this story with you and stuff. And it's a Nigerian woman. Her name is, let me sure I get this right because you know I butcher up names very much. So her name is Chimamanda Adichie. Here's this picture right here. Okay. Now basically what happened is that she was talking about this to transgender women and stuff, and basically, you know, she was saying that transgender women should not be compared to CIS women, and you know, there's a difference between the trans woman and the CIS woman, which I know, which you know. And I don't understand why all the confusion is coming out, because to me, she did not disrespect the transgender community. She did not say anything as far as being disrespectful. However, I think the problem lies in, better yet, I'll let you see what happened so this way you get ideas and keep you up the part as far as what's going on. Check this out.
Chimamanda Adichie is a Nigerian novelist, non-fiction writer, and short storyteller, and she was born September 15, 1977. Now, this is what the thing is. She is a re-owned feminist who was featured in Beyoncé's video and says trans women aren't women. And this went out of March, basically, it says the 11th, and it says the leading feminist writer who appeared on Channel 4 News has become the latest to deny that trans women are women. Chimamanda, who is re-owned her feminist, has appeared in Beyoncé video, appeared in the news program to discuss the validation of trans women and proceed to deny their rights to womanhood. The Nigerian writer said that when asked if trans women are women, her feeling was trans women are trans women. She also said that she believes that being a woman comes down to experience. Someone faces not genitalia. I think the whole problem of gender in the world is about our experience and not about how we wear our hair or whether we have a vagina or a penis, she said. Now, she's 39 years old, went on to address the females and male privileges and said that trans women could not be women because they have had experiences as male privileges. It's about the way the world treats us. I think if you live in the world as a man with privileges of the world according to men, and when sorts of changes or switch genders, it is difficult for me to accept that then we are equate to your experience, and we are equal to your experience. With the experience of a woman who has lived from the beginning of the world as a woman, and who has, according to the privileges that are male, that men are, I think that there has to be, and saying that about some sort of certainty that transgender people should be allowed to be. I don't think that it's a good thing to conflate everything into everyone. I think it is a good thing to talk about women's issues being exactly the same as trans women, because I don't think that is true, she added. The controversy interview has sparked backlash on Twitter, where users included Adia Fix and Rachel at school and CS women such as Adichie on dangers of CIS, women and stuff. And she asked, being trans women is like Lena Dunham being asked about black women. It doesn't work. We can speak for ourselves, Willis wrote in a thread addressing the interview. The average woman is CIS. That does not make her womanhood more valid. It just says it is a trans woman, that trans women are the margins. The article and devalues trans women, their womanhood, are operating as a tool of pornography, Williams says. Also, as I was doing this, I came across something else. It was someone else had tweeted, because they said it was a few people, and I wanted to find out exactly how many other people had tweeted in reference to where her comment was. And it was Laverne Cox. And she was not having it. She was upset because of the comments that she had made. And when you put a woman's womanhood on trial, she comes out defensive and she wants to let you know. So though I was signed male at birth, I would be content that I do not enjoy my male privilege prior to my transition to pornography and cisism. So this is what happened. So basically, this is the video that everyone is up in arms about. I'm going to share this with you.
When people talk about, are trans women, my feeling is trans women are trans women. I think the whole problem of gender in the world is about our experiences. It's not about how we wear our hair or whether we have a vagina or penis. It's about the way the world treats us. And I think if you've lived in the world as a man, with the privileges that the world accords to men, and then sort of switch gender, it's difficult for me to accept that then we can equate your experience with the experience of a woman who has lived from the beginning in the world as a woman and who has not been accorded those privileges that men are. And so I think there has to be, and this is not, of course, to say, I'm saying this also with sort of a certainty that transgender people should be allowed to be, right? But I don't think it's a good thing to conflate everything into one. I don't think it's a good thing to talk about women's issues being exactly the same as the issues of trans women, because I don't think that's true.
I just think that it is a loss in communication as far as them, because there have been so many trans women that has been murdered, and trans women that are murdered, it becomes very compassionate to let them know that they're not should compared as women, and they're calling them, a trans woman, which basically that's what they are. And due to the fact that so many trans women has been murdered right about now, the trans community is very sensitive for her to even bring it up, to bring it up as of now. But in her defense, she's talking in reference to females. And this goes back to what I always said about that umbrella, which creates so much confusion. If she would have said a female, I think things would be much more different than a trans woman. And when she started using the word male privilege, that was going to be a backlash, because a lot of trans women never had male privilege. But as a CIS woman, she does not quite know that. And the thing about it is that she could have got her point across if she just would have dropped the word male privilege. Because a lot of us, as far as being black, don't know what it's like to have a male privilege, but we do know what it's like to be discriminated against.
Okay, you see that? This is the problem. She was doing fine until she said the male privilege. Now, when she said the transgender, as far as being male, you already know, if you've been on this channel, I already said to you before, if you've been listening, I said transgender is another word for calling you a man. I said this over and over and over. I don't know why people are adapting to this or people are so upset, but it is what it is. She said transgender women and the CS women experiences are totally different, which I agree. And the thing about it, as a black person, when bills need to be paid and stuff like that, from a single parent, my mother, that was hard because I don't call her that anymore, but my mother was the one who had to sacrifice and try to get everything as far together. And when it comes down to it, a lot of women are raising their children by themselves. As being a transgender woman and stuff like that, when you are, first, to me, just my opinion, you come out as gay. You do not say, oh, Mom, I'm gay, I'm a woman, I need you to teach you how to be a woman, because she would look at you crazy. Just my opinion. And my opinion
And my experience is just that, my experience. It doesn't mean every single trans woman out here as far as living her truth. There are some women who actually trans have parents that are very supportive, and there are some who do not. There's also some who share their story as far as being trans or gay, and they're actually put out on the streets, so basically anything can happen and they can be murdered. Now the problem I think that a lot of people are having, because she brought up the word male privilege, and when you are a black person, regardless of being trans, you say male privilege, and you know that you are black first, and the male privilege does not really apply to us at all, even if you're for trans. It's a very like a slap in the face, you know. If she would just expect what, you know, trans women and trans women, cis women are cis women, and we live two different rights, which we actually really do. We really do. And a lot of people, so I trans women, no, we live this, no, we don't live, we do not live the same life. I understand, you know, you're a woman, so I get it, trust me, I get it. But a female is a female. Jesus Christ, how much can you possibly take away from the woman? We have our own community. We have our own foundation. We do have this. You know, and the thing about it is that there are females. I mean, let's be fair. You know, the thing about it that gets me is, I want to be fair about a lot of things, stuff like that. You don't have to agree with me and stuff like that. But the thing is, when it comes down to a female, she is a female. When your mother gave birth to you, you did not come through, you know. So the thing about it is, let's not eliminate females. Honor the woman. Jesus Christ, what's so hard with honor a woman? Do you love women? Do you love your parents? Do you love your mother before she flipped on you? I love my mother for life. Till she flipped on me. But she was still, regardless of what I say about her, how much I may not like her, appreciate her, she is still a woman. She is my mother. That's hard, because I'm not friends with her, but, you know, I can acknowledge who she is. And the thing about it, I'm not going to sit here and just put down a woman because of a woman's feelings or her point of view. That's her point of view. She cannot tell us how to be a trans woman when she is a woman. You cannot tell her to be a female when you are born a trans woman. Now, this is the thing. Now, as far as the trans woman stuff, I always said I was a woman. I did not say I was trans. That's what I say as far as communication between us both, but that's not how I feel. But it is what it is. Now, this is the thing that gets me. I'm going to make somebody really mad about now, because to me, this, first before I get to that part, I'm going to say this. This woman is not an evaluation for your job performances. She's not getting an evaluation as far as your next raise or your next bonus or your, you know, evaluation for money that's coming to you. Like, she has her opinion. Who cares? As a trans woman, 101, first thing, that's the first thing you need to know when you are a trans woman. Who cares what someone says about you? These things are not important. These things do not make you. If you're a trans woman that you feel so weak that when she says something about something in your community, we need to let you know, who cares? Let her say what she wants. Because at the end of the day, she's not paying your bills, she's not buying your food, she's doing nothing for you. So for you to feel like you need to, I need to let her know, let her know what? See, one thing I learned about people that a lot of people don't understand, when somebody's mind is made about something, you can say anything you want, their mind is not going to change. So why is you over there in that world trying to let her know where you at, and, you know, I'm going to tell her, who cares? Let her say what she wants. At least she said trans woman. She could have said a lot of other things, which I've heard other people say. So who cares? Let her say that. At the end of the day, you know who you are, you know what you got to do, and you're going to make progress for you. You're going to knock down doors, you're going to make things happen nobody think of. But at the end of the day, you're not looking for validation for someone else to approve you. Like, oh, you get a stamp, girl, because you are now a woman. Who cares? Let me tell you something. When you are leading in your own right, you keep leading. You keep leading. And you lead trails. You look back at them. You look forward for you. This is called future. That's called past. If that's what she says, what do? You look back. You looking back at her. That's your past. It has nothing to do with you. This is my opinion. Listen, if you kind of feel like, I need to let her know, then let her know. That's where you're at. That's what you need to do. Go for it. Now, the male privilege and stuff like that, like I said before, a lot of people who are black do not have that male privilege and stuff like that that she spoke of. And I think that's where she went a little too far as her interview in reference to trans women. I think that's the part that triggered a lot of trans women off of that male privilege stuff like that, and you know, and the whole oopala and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like I said before, who cares? Who cares what she says? Who cares? Who cares? I just don't understand why she's so important in your life. Why is this woman so important? Why is she occupying space in your head? Free space. But I tell you what you need to think about, and I'm going to make you mad now. Now I'm going to piss you off. Why are you not so upset with your trans women who are walking around telling men that she is a natural born CIS woman? Now see, this is the part y'all get pissed off with me. But I'm always going to say it, and I don't care how many times this is my video, so I know the dislikes is going to come in, but I don't care. You have a lot of trans women who are telling men that she is natural born female, CIS women. I am a woman. No one's talking about that. No one's in an uproar. I don't see no advocates in a big going, girl, you know, besides me and you know a few of them, but I don't see them going, you know, girl, you need to stop telling people you're a CIS woman. You need to tell them that you're a trans. They don't say that. But at the end of the day, here it is, I'm doing videos in reference to some trans women that's been murdered. And I'm not saying that as far as these women that's been murdered, because a lot of them they already know. But I'm saying that a lot of girls that has been murdered, I know that there's more to this story. And that do not misconstrue, oh, so she got murdered because she said she was a woman. Let me tell you something. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it to you again. And I'm going to keep saying it until the day I die. You think that a man as fine as hell won't kill you. You think that, oh, but he's cute, he treat me nice, he won't kill you. And I don't need to tell him because I'm never going to meet a man like this. You're right. Now I want to know, why is it that all these advocates are not, and I'm not saying Laverne and us and this other girl Rachel, because per se, listen, that's their opinion. They feel as though they got affected by it. That's on them. I don't care. I do not, personally, I don't care. They are a leader in their own right. They feel as they need to make a stand, then do that. I'll stand with you too. I'll watch you. Man, go, look, go for it. It has nothing to do with Raven. At the end of the day, her paycheck ain't coming here. Their paycheck ain't coming here. I'll stand with you. I'll say go for it. But is it my fight? No, it's not my fight. Is this Nigerian woman's fight? No, I can't listen to what she says. But I do have a little concern about my little trans women out here who tell the men that they are sexually born CIS women. And you're tricking these men. And I'm not saying all women trick all TS women, but you do know the ones some of them do. And no one is being telling these girls, you are a trans woman. Stop tricking these men. I've had phone calls from girls who calling me 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, crying, telling me, Raven, I'm hiding because somebody's trying to kill me. Did he know? No, girl, I don't feel as that's none of his business. Why are we not upset? Why are we not equally upset when it comes down to that, you know? Because these are our transgender sisters that are very young and stuff, and, you know, lead by example and stuff. And I notice a lot of girls are not telling these girls, listen, you are a trans woman. You're not a CS woman. And a lot of times these girls feel as though they are women. And no one's talking about it. That should be a topic that everyone should have a meeting about to tell these girls. But then again, those who listen will listen, and those who won't just won't. And I've argued with girls about this so many times and stuff about the girls. You know, you can't do this. Oh, maybe you think I'm supposed to tell every man. Listen, I've said it before and I've said it again. If you don't want to let a man know what you are, don't tell him. Don't tell him. But I'm going to tell you one thing about me. And I'm tired of being politically correct, and I'm just be real. I get so tired of doing these videos about girls being murdered. And I'm getting so tired of leaving out a lot of information that I read, because the fact of the matter is that I don't want other people attacking them on the extra stuff that I read about. So I hide certain things because I don't want them to be sit up there, you know, being made fun of or basically talked down about or said everything they could possibly say as far as disrespect them to the max. So I don't put it in it. But I'm going to tell you something. I get very tired of it. I get tired of it. How can you keep defending somebody when you know more information you're not sharing? Because here this woman is murdered. But you ain't sharing that part, what happened. And I don't bother to share it. And I've done tons of videos. And I have not shared a lot. But if you do research, you go back, you can check it out. Anyway, the man said, so I don't understand that uproar, and I feel as though before, you know, and the thing about it is that everybody has the right. If this is what she wants to say, who cares? Who cares? I don't care. I could care less. I'm sure you could care less too. Do you care? Do you honestly care what this woman has to say about trans women? I'm not even going to talk about how other trans people talk about other trans women. But my thing is this, who cares? At the end of the day, when she eat, you don't shit. So nothing about her really matters. But I tell you what should matter is your trans women out there who's being murdered for telling men that she's actually born a woman. How can we save souls and we talk about what we need to do as far as stigma against the trans women when we have ones in our own community who's doing things and we're defending them more than we know they're doing it. Anyway, the man said, this video is long enough and stuff like that, and this one went over to the left because we will be talking about what she made a comment up. But they just stepped back and the man said, I could care less what she says. I don't care. If you care, then that means you need to untransition and go back to state one. Because before you become a trans woman, the first rule you're supposed to give about is only your opinion. Only your opinion. You moving forward matters. Because, baby, if anybody can say anything that affects you that bad, baby, that means your self-esteem is so low. Well, I feel as I need to defend yourself for who? At the end of the day, when you argue with somebody, if their mind is made up, their mind is made up. So why are you there trying to convince them? Cinema is the ones who understand you. Then you have to have no confrontation. Anyway, that being said, I just want to share this story with you and stuff like that. And, of course, you know I love to hear your opinion. And I want to let you know that I love you. And I want to thank you for watching. Catch the video.